Hello, I am Cadet Petty Officer Bevan, and this is the JROTC Insiders podcast. And today's first episode, we're going to be talking about the what JROTC is. All right, so what JROTC is? The so JROTC, it stands for Junior Reserves Officer Training Corps, and it's a federal program sponsored by the U.S. Armed Forces. And in America, it's offered in almost 90% of high schools, and and mostly focus on your leadership development, your citizenship, discipline, and your community service. Uh, the purpose of ROTC, right? It instills the values of citizenship and public service, and it promotes personal responsibility and discipline. And it prepares students for leadership roles in civilian or military life. So, like, if you're going to an office job and you took ROTC, you would be used to having that leadership position and you'd be more considered for higher positions in that office job or even in military life, because since JROTC is a military based class, it actually gives you a jump start on your military career, which we will talk about soon. And it also helps students slash cadets to become better citizens. All right, so the high school curriculum for JROTC is the Leadership Education and Training, also known as LET. There are 4 levels, and the topics include U.S. government and history, communication skills, financial literacy, physical fitness, conflict resolution, and career planning. And the levels are indicated. So your first year of ROTC, you are known as an NS1. And going into each year's, your NS level goes depending on how many years you're in the program. So if it's your first year, you'll be NS1. If it's your third year, you'll be NS3. All right, ranks and uniforms. Um, so ROTC is based off of a rank structure to kind of mimic the military to give it that same feel. And the uniforms are there's you worn on certain days, mostly one mostly every Wednesday. And then with these uniforms, it builds your pride, discipline, and your team unity within your battalion or just even your platoon. All right. Some extracurricular activities. So ROTC is just the main class, but there's like little branch offs that you can do, right? So it's like if you are just in ROTC and you want to do something extra, it's kind of like sports almost. So you could join drill teams, color guard. Depending on which ROTC it is, you could do raider competitions, marksmanship, community service project, and leadership camps. So and drill teams. When it's talking about drill teams, it's talking like armed exhibition, unarmed exhibition, uh, um, unarmed exhibition. I think are armed basic and unarmed basic, and like orienteering and academics. Like those are the type of drill teams it is. Color guard is also considered a drill team, but it's its own separate category because of the importance of color guard. Raider competitions is mostly for Army JROTC. So and marksmanship is offered. I'm pretty sure it's its own separate category, but it's also offered in most ROTC programs. Community service projects are like so your PAO, public affairs officer, are the ones who set up community service events and projects. And if if there's one in happening in the future or they're preparing for one, you can volunteer with either a sign up sheet or you could just go up to your PAO and be like, hey, I want to do this. I want to help with this project. And then leadership camps. Leadership camps are mostly towards in summertime because if any of y'all know, LA is a very popular leadership academy for JROTC cadets. And what it does, it's a week long training nonstop. It's kind of like it's like mini boot camp, you could say. It's a week long program where it basically breaks you down and builds you up to be better leaders, and it gives you the LA cord, which is a worn on your right shoulder, and it's a sparkly silver cord. And to actually get executive officer and commanding officer, it is required that you have your LA cord. Benefits of joining JROTC. So, and this I just finished up my first year not too long ago, so I can kind of speak on behalf of some of this. Improve confidence in public speaking. Um, ROTC, it definitely you definitely need to be loud. They don't they don't teach you to just talk like quiet and soft and like be scared to be in front of everybody. They teach you how to like be a leader and to talk in front of everybody. Better time management. Um, yes, like if you show up to class late, you'll be punished for it one way or another. If depending on the school, uh, if they'll make you do push-ups for not being in class on time or taking points off of your grade for that day. Scholarship opportunities. There's a lot of scholarships you can do for college. So for high school, it is called JROTC, and when you get into college, it's ROTC. And depending on like what you do in the JROTC program, how long you've been in it, your like accomplishments in it, you can actually like. There's a lot of students that got full ride scholarships from what they did in JROTC, and so they got a full ride scholarship just for being active in the program. Um, Preparation for college or career. Uh, JROTC is a it does help you for that college level and career. It's like depending on what career you want to go in, right? Um, like in the military, there's like a whole bunch of jobs for everything, and in JROTC, it's kind of like the same. Like you have admin, which if you like, let's say you got admin and you were admin for 2 years in JROTC. If you want to go get an office job for like admin and put that on your record or like resume, you are most likely to be considered because you already have experience with leadership and with admin working. Potential to enter the military at a higher rank, depending on what branch you join. So, for the Navy, if you do 3 years of ROTC, you'll go as an E3, also known as a seaman. And if you do 2 years, you'll go in as a E2 or a seaman apprentice. The Marine Corps, if you do 2 years, you'll go in as a private first class. And also for the Army, if you go in, you'll be a private first class. And the Air Force, if you you'll go in as an E3, also known as a airman. All right, there's obviously some myths. If you're a high school student, or even if when you were in high school, you've probably heard of like some people talking smack or like saying bad things about JROTC, and we're gonna went through like some most common ones, right? So a myth. The first myth: JROTC is the students that are going into the military. Why? Yes, it some students that want to go in the military will do JROTC. Most students that actually join the program don't end up going into the military whatsoever. And even if they do, that just gives them a huge head start from everybody else. Um, the second myth I want to go over, it's like boot camp. Absolutely not. The only things that are like boot camp are extracurricular stuff. So if you want to get high leadership positions, some schools will require you to go to like what I mentioned earlier, LA, or they'll have like their own leadership. Like my high school for becoming a platoon commander, which is basically like if you want to think of it as a regular class, it's like a teacher. If you want to become the teacher of the class or the platoon commander, you had to go to the platoon commander training and the leadership training, which was a week-long course at our school over the summer. But the fact is, JRCC is mostly just about to teach students about like the knowledge, like the history of the military, and to teach them good leadership. And just to close this up, right? So JRTC, and I've went to a whole bunch of schools and I've seen many cadets, and I've even seen cadets evolve from like their first couple days in ROTC to like now. 100% I can say with no doubt about it, JROTC builds strong leaders and responsible citizens. Um, it's more it's not just a program, right? It's like it's a it's more of a path to personal growth. It's mostly an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. And joining could help you make a difference in yourself and your community around you. Just like what I was mentioning earlier about community service events. There's a lot of community service events that help people clean up their yard after natural disasters hit, or wash people's cars. It's like just the little actions you can do in your battalion with your fellow cadets will can do a lot for your community little by little, right? Um, and that's just how I'm gonna close it off right there. Thank you so much for listening, and next time we will be talking more about um, the ranks of ROTC and how to become better and excel faster to get to those ranks.